Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Rose of Venus Tarot. It's Lacey. Thank you so much for clicking on to my video. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you get real comfortable. If you're returning, hey, welcome back. It's real nice to see you again. And thank you to all of those who like, comment, and subscribe. It's really been helping your girl grow. And I 1000% appreciate it. So let's get into it. This is going to be a general collective energy reading. So please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Not every reading is going to resonate with everyone, and that is okay. Let's call on the divine. Divine, please guide me and protect me as I dive into this collective energy. Please give me clear and concise and precise messages. Let me know what's going on in this collective's energy field. What do we need to know of? What do we need to be aware of here? You come across as a person that does not care to be seen as anything in particular. You come across as someone that isn't trying to be seen as smart. You're not trying to be seen as a hero. You're not trying to be seen as ambitious. You're not trying to be seen as smart, well read. You're not trying to control the temperature that people view you as. You're not trying to control what others feel about you here. And at some point, somebody could have thought that this made you kind of airheaded, kind of like unaware, kind of detached, kind of not, you know, socially inept here in a sort of way. But then it's like the more that this person looked into you, the more the roles started to switch in their head here. It's like this person might be realizing that there's a lot of people around that do things for the thoughts of others. They want to be perceived as smart. They want to be perceived as kind. They want to be perceived as different. They want people to think that they're this way. They want people respect. They want to be seen as tough. They want to be seen as funny. They want to be seen as something here in some sort of way. And this is making them realize that they have some sort of weakness in them. It's like you guys, they realize you're okay with yourself because you guys are who you are. Some of you guys, you have traits of everybody. A lot of us, sometimes we're funny, sometimes we're kind, sometimes we're not so kind. Sometimes, it's like you don't put yourself in a box and you know that people are going to have these different shifts and feelings about you. For a lot of you guys, this could have been a reoccurring thing where people just wondered, what is it about you? What is it about the collective? Why are you so you? Why are you so different? And this is the conclusion that they're coming to. You guys are just you. You guys are different in the fact that you guys don't try to live a life to make people feel you, make people see you at all. If they perceive you as one thing, then part of you agree because that Eminem song is popping in my head. I am whatever you say I am, and if I wasn't, then why would I say I am? You know, some people are like, you can have times where you're like, all right, I was petty. I'm not gonna be petty no more because of blah 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 blah. Okay, I got too deep. I'm about to cut that off. We're gonna watch some comedy right now, and this is sort of evaluation you have of yourself might be like it confuses others, but it also alleviates others. Some of you guys, you're just a vessel for consciousness. You're like pure light, or you're like a pure vessel that can withhold different aspects of the universe. And you can entertain a thought without becoming that thought. You can entertain an emotion without becoming that emotion. You can entertain certain clothing without that meaning much to you. Some of you guys, you could dress sexy one day. and you're covered up another day. You can, you know, it's like you're not even trying to convey certain things with your style here. Some of you guys do dress, maybe you like clothes, you like fashion, you like makeup and things like that. And somebody could have tried to write you off as being like somewhat of like a bimbo is the word I'm hearing here. You know, if you somebody did call you that, sorry you went through that, but this person is now, or somebody could have told them that, you know, you got just, you're over analyzing the collective, especially if this is someone that considered themselves a romantic option for you and they were trying to figure out where to place you. Somebody could have came to this person like, I'm hearing man to man, like, you know, you either like her or you don't like her. And if you don't like her, why are you entertaining her? And if you like her physically, but you don't like her mentally, then you're the one that's desperate. You're the one that's confused. You can find someone that you like both physically and mentally here. You don't have to like have somebody around who you don't really respect or have somebody around that you don't really think highly of here. And this is the one of the humiliating factors to this person, because then now they're forced to realize why they chose to entertain you, why they chose to evaluate you, why they chose to, like, you know, have you like as a part of their lives, and why do they choose to view anybody here. It's like, you know, somebody, you know, you don't try to control people. We're gonna pull some cards on this. I'm gonna pull some what's the vibe tarot. I almost wanted to pull some regular tarot on this, but we're gonna pull some what's the vibe tarot. Divine, please tell me more. What's going on in this collective's energy? Consequences, bad choices, games, mixed signals is coming out here. Somebody is maybe dealing with the consequences of their actions, the consequences of maybe not just their actions, but like who they were trying to convey to the world here. They weren't paying much attention to it, even though it means something to them. It's like somebody's realizing that what they were conveying to the world is that, you know, that they're judged, that they're this, that they're confused. They were convinced. This is where the energy, why my energy is confused. Somebody is realizing that they're the confused idiot here. You never were dumb. You never played dumb. You never tried to project yourself in such a way. This person just, you know, this person was just confused. Somebody might be forced to face their confusion in the world, you know, how they feel about things here. We got envy coming out here, envy, competitive, discontent. Somebody could have been at competition with you. Maybe you guys do come off as smart, but you're not trying to convey that you're smart. You just happen to have a lot of knowledge. You like knowledge, you accumulate it, you know things, and you're like, how do you know these things? Or this person thinks they're smart, but I'm smarter, or I'm this, I'm that. Why would this person here? I bet you this person wants this person wants that from me. This person was maybe receiving some envy from you that is turning into admiration here. Now somebody wants to scoop out all the goo. They want to be a vessel here. They want to move maybe more unintentionally if they did things intentionally in certain way, if they tried to control like everything they did or said in a conversation, if they tried to withhold validation because they felt like things you did were validating seeking, or because they felt like, you know, other people want to be conveyed in a certain way, so I'm not going to see them this type of way. It's like somebody might be dealing with bad consequences towards you, and somebody might be getting social repercussions because if they try to put you you down, like behind your back, or they tried to like laugh at you, mock you, humiliate you, like make you feel some type of way, I feel like a lot of people are not resonating with that. They're not like, because a lot of you guys, you don't come off as a bad person. We got time coming out here, delay, procrastination, and too busy. I feel like people are also looking at you as a person who is busy, a person who is full of life, a person who deals with life, a person who does things because they want to do things here. This is another thing this person is forced to realize about you, or people are forced to realize about you after questioning why you do things. They're coming to the realization it's because you want it to. It's simply because you want it to. You put your hair like that because that's how you want your hair to be. You wore those clothes because you liked those clothes. You thought it was cute that day. You wanted to put that on today. You wanted to smile. You wanted to study whatever you're studying here. It wasn't really for anybody else. This could be hitting someone's ego if they felt like you did things particularly to get their attention or to please them here or to get other people to clap or to get other people to do things here. It's like, you guys might have been giving them a moment of yours just because you had that time to waste, just because you wanted to talk to a person, relax, see how things were, maybe wind down. If this is somebody you decided to scratch your urges with, they're like, they went from, why would this person sleep with me? They slept with me because they're this or that. If it was that easy, and then da 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 da, they're being forced to see that you were grown. Maybe you wanted some relief. You were turned on at that moment. So that's why you did it. It's like, they kept trying, there's no adding on to your actions here. That's like you guys being at such a 0 point, you reset people's minds because you behave in certain ways that makes sense. I was going to say that doesn't make sense to others. You behave in ways that make sense to others, and then it make people realize that they're behaving in ways that don't make sense. It's like the way you mirror people, because it's like some way you mirror people is crazy. We got masks coming out here. Hiding, concealing, deception is coming out here. Somebody could have felt like they're the ones that's wearing a mask. They're the ones who's trying to deceive people. They're the ones that's trying to get people to view them as one aspect of themselves when deep down they are also vessels. They're vessels for all types of emotions. They're vessels for all types of feelings and experiences. And, and consciousness here. Divine, please tell me more. What's going on in this collective energy? Feminine energy is coming out here. I knew it. A lot of you guys have gentleness, nurturing, you're mothering, you're very feminine, you're very like, this might have been one of the first time that this person truly meant like a feminine person, a understanding person, a nurturing person. Somebody might want to treat you like how you are, the feminine that you deserve here. What is this feminine energy coming out here? We got Archangel Michael, protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. This is what I'm feeling. Your energy could be very sweet, very feminine, very genuine. And it makes people kind of want to protect you behind the scenes. Because if this is a masculine that's coming at you, towards like another masculine or talking down about another masculine, I'm hearing a masculine like take up for you. I knew it was like somebody behind the scenes, like man to man, then why be around her? Why entertain that? And this person is like, this is why women, etc., 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 feel like they got to be in like masculine energy, where that feminine energy could be looked at like with disdain by certain people. It could be looked at as like bimbo-ish. It could be looked at as airheadedness, the lack of control you try to have over other people, because a lot of feminines, try to control people. They don't like, but like feminine energy is creative energy, like not a lot of feminines, there's females, women that do have control issues. And this might have been something that they were used to, and they try to control how the earth sees them and whatnot, um, and whatever. But like feminine energy is not that controlling. It's nurturing. It could be guiding. It could be mothering. It leaves room for people to be themselves here. You guys leave a lot of room for people to be themselves. You carry a lot of love. You carry a lot of admiration. There's somebody that, they don't want you to have gone through that or have to deal with this person, because we got shattered in reverse coming out here. Yeah, you guys are being protected. We had my Archangel Michael protected and shattered in reverse. Somebody maybe thought that they could easily shatter your energy, especially if they thought, okay, like since this person isn't trying to come off as kind, they're not trying to be come off as sweet, they're not trying to come off as smart. They're not trying to come off as somebody concerned with politics. They're not trying to come off as somebody who's cultured, or, they're not trying to come off as like anything in particular here. They felt like maybe you were just concerned about your looks, and that if you were just concerned about your looks, they could easily shatter you by making you feel some type of way about the way you look, the way you um yeah, look, the way you dress, the way like you are there, because they maybe took your maintenance as being your only concern. And this is coming out here in reverse. They weren't able to hurt you or the way you feel about yourself here. And because you guys are protected, you guys, and ultimately, like I said, you're not trying to control anybody's temperature here. Love affair is coming out here in reverse. Yeah, I feel like maybe you guys, this could have been a lover, you guys broke off. This could be, what is this? Soulmates coming out here in reverse. Coming, yeah, okay. Somebody is almost fighting, or they were fighting the love that they felt for you. They were fighting the feelings that they felt for you. Somebody is almost too embarrassed by how they felt about you, or maybe trying to shatter you to continue a love affair, to continue the ideals that they know they could have had with you if they would have like continued on the right way here. Somebody's gone no contact. I do feel a sense of evaluation that they're having with themselves. Swap some of these cards. Divine, please tell me more. What's going on with this love energy? Because we got love affair and soulmate in reverse. Give me some clarity. We got lust coming out here in reverse card. They have this lustful energy. Maybe this person can no longer feel that pure lust towards you. There's something about you where you're purely different. You're purely, what is this? Divine, please tell me more. Or, this is like I said, where somebody feels like all of this toxic energy that they were given to you is leading to a break in the masculine and feminine energy. They could have told them, like, this is why girls don't want to have casual fun with guys these days. This is why women are in their masculine energy. This is why women aren't lustful. This is why, they don't care to be in bed with just anybody. They feel like they got to get to know people because they're aware of the fact that there are energies out there that operate at that. That takes that as a weakness, that takes it as something degrading rather than something that's fun or mutually pleasurable, mutually, something mutual. It comes off as, how it is. We got established coming out here in reverse. Somebody is not feeling established within themselves. Somebody might be feeling like they mask themselves too much to become established. We got possibilities, follow your dreams, make up your mind, believe in yourself, consequences under bad actions and envy and possibilities and following your dreams. Somebody might be dealing with consequences as you're somebody who's weighing the options, as you're somebody who's deep down also with this envy and resentfulness, as I've said, you guys showed this person a bunch of different possibilities. You showed them life here. You showed them how to believe in themselves. You showed them these things without even knowing it. You showed them these things just by being you. Yeah, we got puzzled, confused, perplexed, and conflicted coming out here. Yeah, you got somebody who's, I told you, their energy is deeply confused. Their energy is like, like now that they're seeing the possibilities, they're wondering what direction to go with this or what direction to go with themselves or what anything means here. There's some sort of untangling of like some sort of bitterness. It feels almost like this is happening, like almost like grand scale. There seems like macro energy, coming here. It seems like a more respect is given towards you. More respect is being held for these feminine energies. Like, here at every single point in life, like all types of feminine energies who are just living their lives, oh, like, that been put under the microscope. Like, what are you trying to get people to think of you? You just want people to think you're smart. You just want people to think you're this. You just want people to think you're that. And then when they come across a feminine energy that is just feminine and there is no trying to convey you, like, there is no divine, please tell me more. No wilding for respect is coming out here. We got the hopeless coming out here, loss, depression, suicide. If somebody went no contact with you, I feel like this person is dealing with a little bit of depression here, especially when it comes down to like them trying to maybe shatter you at some point. It's like, I don't know. This person is, what is this depressive energy, Divine? They got chaos in their mind and maybe chaos in their life and maybe trouble trying to get established here. Somebody tried to take on your energy. They might have taken on some karmic energy. They could have taken on either karmic energy, 0 point energy, like, or like in that 0 point energy could be shattering because it could even the score with everything. It could definitely cause disaster. You could be thinking like, oh, this person's an idiot, they're an airhead, I'm gonna screw them over. Nah, that person has 0 point energy. That person is canvas. That person is going to turn your life into a blank canvas if you try to siphon their energy to feel better about themselves. Some of you guys, they could have taken on like dark energy and not be aware of it. Here, you don't know what you're siphoning when you're trying to cipher from other people. They could have like multiple things in their life going on. And this could have caused them some sort of chaos, like I said, or they could be dealing with the social repercussions here. They could be feeling like they came off as like a douchebag, like, pretty much. Divine, please tell me more. What's going on in this energy? Exhausted, burned out, burdened, and empty is coming out here. Yeah, with the shattered in reverse. Yeah, somebody's feeling exhausted. They're feeling burnt out. They're feeling like a sense of emptiness, a sense of confusion, a sense of chaos. And, like, all of this is due to, like, you, the way they viewed you, the way they spoke on you, burned bridges, told you lack of trust, disloyal. And this is all kind of clarifying what I said. Somebody is blaming them for burning bridges with you when you guys could have been the fun, or burning bridges in general with like funner feminine energy, freer feminine energy, like even if this is not sexual energy, it's okay to be sexual, like bimboic and whatnot. And this is what other people are like too in this situation. There's a lot of people like me in this situation where it's like people gonna do what they want to do as long as they're not hurting nobody. And yeah, people like fun is good, like like to have that type of fun. It's like, why would you burn bridges with the collective? It's like, this person might be going through people saying that they're scaring the hose, basically. Like, and they're like, why are you scaring the hose? Legal coming out here in reverse. Lawsuit, court, paperwork. Yeah, these people might be having some legal issues after burning bridges with you. Or maybe this is not a legal issue, but they're being held in spiritual court. And, it's like, why? Somebody is like, why try to add chaos to a good time? Why try to, like, like why? They're dealing with the questioning that they tried to put you under. They're dealing with that. Their thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions is coming out here, and addictions. This person could definitely had bad cycles. They made bad decisions. This person feels like they're always out of tone. This person feels like, now they're socially inept. We got salty, bitter, angry underneath, puzzled, confused, perplexed, and conflicted here. This person might have been being called out as being salty, being bitter, being angry, not family in reverse coming out here. This person definitely could have got those ideals from their family. They could have got it from their mother, father, whoever's in the picture, trying to be a part of their lives here, whoever they grew up with. Or if somebody is feeling disconnected from family, they could have burned bridges with their family here if their family is after them and not, holding them up here. We got hopeful coming out in reverse underneath, exhausted and burnt out. This person doesn't feel very hopeful here. This person, paranoid, cautious, insecure, and guarded coming out here underneath this chaos. This person can now be coming off as paranoid. This person's now like maybe looking around the corner. This person is worried that other people are going to see them for who they are, how they acted towards you. Yeah, we got masculine energy in reverse. This person was acting in their reverse masculine. They weren't acting in like their divine masculine. And now, they might be salty, bitter that people are not seeing them as like macho. They're seeing them as like a little bitch, basically. Yeah, sipping tea in reverse. This person feels like, somebody could have told them, asked why they were kissing and telling, or told them that that gossiping energy was not, masculine, that gossiping energy not cool. This person could be feeling put in their place and wanting to exchange places with you. But that's it, you guys. I hope you have a good day, night, evening, whenever you're catching this reading. Goodbye.